Hi, I'm Marcus Cupola. You might remember me from that one time I was on the radio. I'm a registered psychotherapist in the Greater Toronto area of Southern Ontario. I wanted to make this video to help inform people who are looking for a therapist in the last couple weeks. In this video, I'm going to cover some basic questions people are asking right now. I'll review some coping resources and a couple specific coping skills, and talk about couples resources and how they can help. A few disclaimers though, this is not legal advice, and with how fast things are changing, it is impossible for me to take everything into account, nor am I able to cover every piece of information. This would make the video too long and nobody would watch it. This is intended to be more of a PSA offering some very basic information. So let's start. Are therapists still seeing people? Yes. Therapists are still seeing clients, and we are still taking on new clients. In-person sessions are strongly discouraged, but we have clinical discretion to decide if an in-person session would be best, taking appropriate precautions and pre-screening in advance. We're doing most sessions and paperwork remotely using various communications technologies while still working hard to maintain your confidentiality. Basically, we're using phone or video chat. Though you should know that with remote sessions, there are some things that cannot be controlled as they would be in a therapist's office, such as you finding space where you won't be disturbed or overheard for the session. Billing is also done remotely, usually through a credit card or e-transfer. How do I even find a therapist? The three best ways in Ontario are to look at the websites of the two governing colleges in Ontario, the College of Registered Psychotherapists of Ontario, the CRPO, or the College of Psychologists of Ontario, the CPO, or Psychology Today. There are many other services, but the three I mentioned are the most common in Ontario because every therapist is required to be registered with one of the two colleges, and many also choose to put a profile on Psychology Today. Using a governing college's website has the benefit that all members are listed because it is required, but has the downside of each website operating differently. Some are easier to search through than others. Psychology Today has the benefit of being simple to use, and it crosses jurisdictional boundaries, so it is a good central source. But it has the downside that they are a paid service. Therapists must pay to be listed, so not every therapist in your area is on the website. If you choose to search through a regulatory body for a comprehensive listing of therapists near you, registration bodies vary by state, province, and country. So maybe start with a web search for therapists, including your province or state, and registration or listing in the keywords. Do you have any advice for someone who can't afford or doesn't want to go see a therapist but still wants to do something to get better? Yes. While a book or guide is not a replacement for therapy, it can still be helpful. I group them into two categories for this video. Individuals working on specific problems, probably anxiety in the current climate, and couples working on relationship issues that have gotten worse because they're spending so much time together. I should mention that these are not paid advertisements, and I have not been asked to promote these books. I'm suggesting books because that is where I draw a lot of my information from. There are a good many online resources as well, but I'm keeping it simple. For individuals, the ones I draw from a lot of my practice are the Relaxation and Stress Reduction Workbook and Mind Over Mood. Combined, they are based on thousands of research studies looking into the most effective strategies for a wide variety of things that bother people. They are written so that they can be used by the public themselves or by clinicians such as myself to help clients. Both are available on eBay, Amazon, and Caversham booksellers. To reduce anxiety and get a handle on the body when it or your thoughts start to run away on you, I most often lead clients through one of these three exercises: breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and attention countdown, adding all of them as we progress in therapy. Both books have handouts you can work from, and the Relaxation and Stress Reduction Workbook has some really good ones that I use in session with clients all the time. I'll briefly review each of those three strategies. Breathing. There are many different patterns and ways of doing it, but the most important points are, if it's not working, you're probably doing one of three things wrong. 1. People do it too fast and don't pace themselves. Breathe in through the nose, pushing out the belly, pause. And exhale slowly through the mouth. That brings me to 2. They don't do it long enough. Again, there are many ways of doing it, but there's not a set time at which it should work or a set number of reps. It works over time. You do it as long as it takes. And this brings me to 3. People often say, it'll take too long, or I don't have time for this. Try this. Jog in place for 60 seconds to elevate your heart rate and breathing. This will replicate the fight or flight response or the physiological symptoms of a lot of anxiety. Then, sit comfortably and breathe until you notice your body has returned to a resting state, and time it. You'll now have a measure of how long it actually takes. So the next time you're about to say, it'll take too long or I don't have time for this, you can remind yourself that I can take 5 or 6 minutes to do it, or I can stay activated for the next 3 hours and ruin my whole day. Progressive muscle relaxation is a process where you sit or lay down comfortably, take off your shoes, and loosen any articles of restrictive clothing. You then tighten and release various muscle groups as you go throughout your body. This helps with releasing muscle tension that you hold in your body. There are guides you can find online, on YouTube, and a variety of apps. With practice, you can do it easily and in a variety of locations. My clients often choose to do it before bed, and many say that it is helpful for getting to sleep. The attention countdown is about focusing your attention on something other than yourself. When we are anxious, nervous, or our thoughts or our body are running away with us, our attention is focused inward. We're thinking about ourselves. By focusing it outward, our body stops getting amped up and our thoughts slow down. So this is how you do it. Write down see, hear, and feel on consecutive lines. Then write 5, 4, 3 beside them. Then write down 5 things you see, 4 things you hear, and 3 things you feel. Be creative. I can see the color brown. I can see the texture of the chair. I can see the contour of the arm of the chair, etc., etc. Then reduce each one by 1 and repeat 4, 3, 2. And so on, until you get to 1, 1, 1. Using the structure of the countdown gives you a process to focus on, and using the different senses helps you focus externally instead of internally, thus reducing your stress and anxiety. With practice, you can do this in your head and anywhere. For couples, the 2 books I draw a lot of my approach from are Hold Me Tight by Dr. Sue Johnson, one of the originators of emotion-focused therapy, and The Relationship Cure by Dr. John Gottman, based on 30-plus years of research at his Love Lab with his wife, Dr. Julie Gottman. There are many others, and I'll put some links below, but I'm keeping it simple. Short video. Hold Me Tight has a more relational feel to it, and The Relationship Cure has a more structured approach. These aren't reviews, just my personal way of explaining it. Both books are great. They both have a lot of activities for learning about and working on your relationship with your partner, or just understanding what is hurting your relationship and how you can improve it yourself just by changing some things, even if your partner isn't interested or believes in psychology. Both books cover most of the same material, just from different perspectives and with different approaches. The start of improving your relationship comes in 2 broad prongs: understanding and de-escalation. Both are necessary to be able to make changes. We have to be able to get a handle on our arguments and our emotions, name-calling, swearing, saying bad things, and so on, before we can have any meaningful communication. And we have to understand what is actually going on below the level of content. For example, when you argue over the dishwasher, nobody has an actual emotional connection about the damn dishwasher. What's actually happening is I feel disrespected or ignored or unimportant or something like that Something emotional is happening. I don't actually care about the dishwasher. Hold Me Tight and the Relationship Cure help lead you through both understanding and de-escalation, so you can then work towards resolving the actual problems and leave the dishwasher for the repair guy. So that is the end of my video. If you have found this helpful, please share it on social media so others can be helped. If you haven't found it helpful, you probably haven't watched this far. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in having me as your therapist, look me up in the CRPO listings. I practice in Toronto, Ajax, and Whitby. I am also doing phone and video sessions. Contact me for more information.